Hello again. We are still driving to work. As you can see, if I'm not stuck in a traffic jam, I'm stuck at a traffic light. We are resuming where we left off 10 minutes later, because I realized I did not address one item I found as well on my car, which I was reading on the forums. Some people complain about noisy brakes, squeakiness, and as my car is out of braking now, I've started to experience this as well. It is my understanding that most who complain about it haven't driven performance cars that much, because any pair of pads and rotors aimed at performance will squeak. The reason they squeak is common knowledge, and the harshness of the materials. However, Ford does have a section in the manual where they do mention noisy brakes, and this is normal behavior. Yay, the car is finally warming up. As you can see, coolant temperature is almost optimal. However, oil hasn't even budged, so this is the most dangerous period to cause damage to your engine, especially this 2.3 EcoBoost. I haven't pushed it above 2200 since I left my parking lot, and I will not push it above 2200 because I do not want to destroy my engine. And it will take a while for the oil to warm up, and it will not be at drive it like you stole it temperature. It's going to be roughly 70 degrees, and then you can increase a bit the revs, and after a period of increasing the revs, then it will reach optimum temperature, and then you can thrash it around. Unfortunately, I'm already at work by then, and that won't happen. So daily driving DRS, it could be a better experience, but it could also be a worse experience. I like daily driving this to work. I mean, granted, I spend most of my time first and second, clutch in, clutch out, clutch in, clutch out. I could have spent that wax on, wax off, but that's going to be for a warmer climate. There you go. Traffic jam, traffic jam, traffic jam. The only drawback, and I will not concede to this, tank. The fuel tank, 51 liters, is kind of small. I understand the whole weight scenario, performance car, but damn, 51 liters in this traffic, I need to tank on a weekly basis. And petrol in my area, while not as expensive in other countries, petrol ends up with a nice bill. For example, on a weekly basis, just to go to work without joyrides, I pay around 170, 180 euros just on petrol. I would pay significantly less, but I drive 50. I stop and go, I stop and go. This is a drawback. I mean, other performance cars do have a larger tank, and you can go a bit longer, but the consumption is not that different. I wasn't expecting 51 liters from Ford on this one, I must admit. We haven't even joined the highway, and we've been driving for what, 20 minutes? So now that I'll join the highway, this was actually quite fast driving to work. So we will join the highway. You can already see the trucks in a traffic jam. So this is where the fun part starts, to be honest. Yay, my oil has warmed up. Welcome to my nightmare, my daily nightmare. Welcome to my daily nightmare. I would be happy if this would end here, but actually this is a tiny strip of road that links to the highway. So if this is blocked, then the highway itself is going to be blocked. We will soon find out. And this is not the way you should treat a performance car. So from that perspective, for my usage, I find more benefits as a daily driver than disadvantages. For other people, this might not be the best daily. I mean, boot space is not as considerate as we would expect. Due to the all-wheel drive unit at the rear, we also lost a bit of depth because the standard focus, there you go, sorry. A bit of traffic today, so driving to work will continue in this exciting manner for you viewers. As you can see, the town is blocked. The highway around town is completely blocked. So hopefully, yay. Where was I? Yes, as a daily commuter. Boot is not as generous. I mean, my previous Ford Focus was a normal titanium 1.5. Its sole purpose was to be a daily driver. Home work. For performance driving, I have other cars in my garage. However, I did decide to make it as a side project. Working hard, you needed a hobby, a distraction, and I decided to stage 2 the car. And it was quite snippy. Okay, it cannot compare to this. This package overall is intended to be better, even if my previous car had KW suspensions, had downpipes, full exhausts, different mapping, so on and so forth. But that had more generous space in the boot. You could fit more with the folded seats. You had no restriction. This one is a bit restricted, I will grant you that, but for 2 people you should have enough space. I did see a lot of reviews on YouTube where people complain about comfort and boot space and these Recaro seats. My car came with the Recaro bucket seat option, and I do not find, for me, I am 1.80 m. For me, these seats are perfect. I did drive 6 hours straight with the car. I did not have any pain or any sensation that I might not be comfortable. Quite a few people report that, oh, you cannot drive these bucket seats, and I will grant them that. For example, my partner, she is not as tall as I am. She doesn't find the seats comfortable for long drives. So as I drive on my own most of the time, for me, sorry for repeating, me, the seats are not as bad as people make it. I enjoy them. They're not as high either. I actually like the position. Sure, if you put your Recaro pole positions and you add different rails, you are going to be lower. but I like the height, I like the comfort and the build quality. As you can see, the road opened up a bit, not too much, so I am grateful I can drive a bit faster. The car won't be tortured from my place to my workplace. It will get a chance to breathe a bit of air at different revs. I will see you in the next vlog, because I think this is already too long. Unlikely most of you are going to see the whole thing, but in the case you do see the whole thing, thank you very much, and until next time, GoPro, stop recording.